And I really want to make sure this comes across the right way. Our gods are really higher dimensional versions of us. They are advanced beings or advanced versions of ourselves. And I'm kind of got my notes in front of me, so if I look down, you know what I'm looking down for. So they are advanced versions of ourselves who have experienced many cycles of Earth and are more mature in navigating planetary experiences, in this instance, Earth. Therefore, they know for what we have to work out on a soul level, whether that is the releasing of certain karmic energy that we need to release, or the lessons that we need to have to further expand and to further evolve, they've kind of been there, done that, right? And so really when they are guiding us through the process of what parents do you want to choose? What race do you want to choose? What experiences do you want to have? Do you want to have this experience or this? Do you all the experiences, all the peripheral things that we take on, the experiences, the illness, the heartbreak, our stage in life, etc., that we sign up for, those are just the peripheral experiences that are going to help guide us into the ultimate experience that we need to have. In other words, maybe the way that I choose this body will attract the kind of experience or the kind of person that will facilitate maybe a heartbreak that will ultimately lead to my expansion and growth. In other words, some other soul that we agreed to have this experiences before we got here, we know that these are the kind of things that we'll be attracted to. These are the kind of things that we will like. And so now, because I see that human experience, I'm attracted to it, but ultimately what that human experience is for a soul purpose. It's for, again, either this love is going to help me expand or the lack of love is going to help me expand, but it's to draw those experiences together to make them attractive based on the preferences that we have. In other words, I may have a preference for redheads, and the soul that is going to facilitate my greatest lesson is a redhead. So it's not so much whether I have acne or don't have acne, whether my height is this height or that height. Those are just the peripheral things that will help us and guide us into the ultimate experience that we need to have for the evolution and for the expansion of our soul, at the same time releasing some of the energetic karma that we're carrying from past lives, from past life experiences. It's almost, you can almost say it's for your comfort level as a soul. This is something that you get to choose. So that creates a comfort level for you to now be able to enter into the experiences that you are supposed to have so you can learn the lessons that, again, will help expand your soul and help evolve you. And again, ultimately, every experience that we have in life, every person that we meet in life, everything we see, everything we hear, everything we experience is playing a key part, is playing a very important part to drive us into the space where now I become more, where now I'm realizing that I'm not this body, that I'm not this mind, that I'm something infinitely greater. And to the degree that you get to experience yourself as something infinitely greater is based on the lessons that you were able to check the box on. Okay, now I'm more patient. Now I'm more loving. Now I'm at this place on my journey. There may be a recycling where you have to come back to Earth to learn more, to release more, but to the degree that you learn the lessons that you came here to learn, will determine how far on the journey you advance, and ultimately what that next so-called reincarnation looks like. Again, they've been there, they've done it. They're guides for a reason, because they're going to help guide us into being advanced beings as well, such as they are. So, doing pre-birth planning, whose agenda are we sent here for? God's, our guides, or our? Ultimately, we're sent here for our agenda. But even when you look at it from a soul level, all is God. The guides are expressions of God. Our souls are expressions of God. So really, almost we're sent here for our guides, we're sent here for God, and we're sent here for ourselves, because we on a soul level encompass all of that. Again, they are advanced versions of ourselves, trying to help us become advanced, trying to help us get to where they are, so that we now become this greater ultimate expression of God. However, because there is only God, everything is an expression of God, meaning our souls, our spirit guides, obviously God itself. And so that question is, we're sent here for all purposes, but it's for the maturation of who we are as souls. So during pre-birth planning, you are choosing a version of yourself that will have this life or this dream experience. Again, you are not the body, you are not the mind. The mind and the body are just simply tools, vehicles, and instruments that are incorporated into the experience to help us evolve. In other words, duality. I like this, I don't like that. This is right, this is wrong, up, down, etc. It's duality that brings us to the point of understanding that there's only oneness, right? Duality is an expression of oneness, but it's also the experience of duality. I want to do this. I want to have this. I want to experience being rich. I want to experience this relationship. I want to have this level of health. I want to have this type of body. It's those kind of 3D experiences that eventually show you what you are not, so you can now understand more fully who you are. So the contrast of what you are not helps you understand more fully who you are. So you are really sent here for your purpose, because on a soul level, we are constantly evolving, we're constantly expanding, right? And so in this dream experience, in this 3D reality experience, we need to have these experiences so that we can become, again, those more advanced, evolved, and expanded beings that eventually, and I say it like this, no matter where you are on your journey, we're all ultimately going to end up at the same destination, right? And so, again, whatever you have to release, whatever you have to add to yourself through this 3D reality experience on a soul level, it's what you came here to have for you. You've come here to learn how to create. You've come here to learn instant manifestation. You've come here to learn that you are infinitely greater than this mind and this body. You've come here to learn your gifts and what the true meaning of love is. Really, again, all these aspects of yourself, love, abundance, wholeness, and oftentimes we're learning them through contrast. So we experience sickness for the purpose of understanding, getting to the understanding that we have never been sick, and that on a soul level, our true self, there's only wholeness. We experience lack or the appearance of lack to understand that, wait, I am the God of my reality. I am giving meaning to these experiences. I am, in essence, creating this experience, but this experience is just a mask because my true self is abundance. It's to experience what we, in our egoicness or in our mind, call not love, call pain, call hurt, to help us understand that we've never experienced pain. We've only been dreaming this dream. We've only been witnessing this experience of a separate self who is experiencing pain, who is experiencing heartbreak, who is experiencing separation. But that we've never been separate. We've only ever been one with all that we experience. And so you are sent here for you because ultimately there is only you. There is, on a soul, there are many different expressions of soul. There are many different expressions of consciousness. I am that I am. You are not the separate self. And so on a soul, there's only you. There's only I am. There's only God. And that is you. It's only when we misidentify ourselves as this body, as this mind, as this separate self, instead of recognizing that this is just a vehicle, that this is just a tool, that this is just an instrument, a mask, if you may, for my divine self, that is the divine self of all. So the person that you see walking down the street, there is something that's animating that body. It's not the body making the decision. It's not the mind making the decision, or it's not the mind causing it's the life that you are. For those who are familiar with the Bible, in Genesis it says God breathed into man the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Man was just a vessel. The life that's in you, the essence that's in you, the divinity that's in you, the soul, the consciousness that you are is what animates this dream. It's what brings this dream to life. It's what brings this body to life, that makes this body seem real. But the truth is, you are the only reality. You are the only source. You are the God of your reality. So there's only you. There's only you. There's only I am and the many infinite expressions of I am. So even the work that we do here, again, is for the evolution of our soul. Nothing is random. Nothing is coincidence. I know at times we lean into being a separate self, and we view this dream experience, this 3D reality experience, from the separate self experience, but it's all just an illusion. It's all just a dream. It's no more real than the appearance of what you had last night in your sleeping dream. It seemed real. It seemed like it was actually happening until you awakened and went, oh, that was just a dream. And often many NDEs say the same thing, that when they leave the body and are on the other side, it's like they are awakening to the truth that this 3D reality is just a dream. So, did God create you and the soul? There's only God. There's only God. There is no person. There is no James. There is no you. The you is the one that is experiencing your character avatar, your personality self, your seemingly separate self. I am in back of this seemingly physical form, animating it, giving it the appearance of talking, giving it the appearance of creating YouTube videos, of being a coach and a speaker. There's only I am. That's the only truth. Consciousness is the only reality. I am is the only truth. This that we experience is just an appearance, but it's not the truth. It's just a dream. So it is how our soul chooses to experience itself. In other words, I am soul experiencing myself as my age, my race, experiencing myself as a physical form who is this years old, who is this race, who is this tall, who is weighs this much, all the things that were agreed upon on a soul level when doing pre-birth, it is what I am as soul am experiencing. And so even incarnating is a type of misnomer, right? Because all we've ever did was create the dream and then enter into it. Pre-birth planning is creating the dream. And then birth is occupying the dream. But it's just a dream. So we are God imagining ourselves to be our small self. We are essentially everything that you experience, every one that you experience. It's just one of an infinite points of consciousness. Everything is a point of consciousness. Everybody is a point of consciousness. It's consciousness experiencing itself from this perspective, from that perspective, from the perspective of my daughter, from the perspective of my mother. But it's all I am. It's all the eternal I experiencing itself from different points of consciousness. Let me know if this resonates with you in any type of way. And yeah, just comment, like, and subscribe. I got more questions that I'm going to be answering. So if you have questions, place them in the comments. But again, comment, like, subscribe, and I will get to you, get to your question as soon as possible. Thank you for being a part of this ascension journey, and I love and I appreciate you. Namaste.